Hi everyone, welcome back to Tyke and Tina Adventures. Today I want to share a really unexpected highlight of our time here in Da Nang, Vietnam. And that is going to see a doctor. I know it might sound strange, but honestly, it was such a smooth, professional, and even pleasant experience. I just had to get on here and tell you guys about it. I know everyone's always curious and people always assume that you're not going to get good medical care when you leave the United States. So let me tell you about my experience last week going to a doctor in Vietnam. First of all, from the time the Grab, which is kind of like an Uber, from the time the Grab dropped me off at the front door until I got picked up again, the whole experience took less than 40 minutes. And most of that 40 minutes was time actually spent face-to-face with the doctor. Can you even imagine? This would never happen back home. I walked in, saw the doctor almost immediately, and I felt like I was truly being listened to. The doctor actually came out into the waiting room and invited us in to the office. He not only wanted me to come back as the patient, but he also told Tyke to come back. He said you might as well get the experience too. So he invited Tyke to come back into the office. And then at the end of the visit, he actually turned to Tyke and said, "Was there anything I can do for you? Do you need anything while you're here?" Which was just crazy to me. He was so nice. He was so collaborative. He talked to me about my treatment plan and my prescriptions, and he offered advice and kind of gave me a scenario of this is the different options you can do, which one would you like to do. It was so refreshing to have that kind of back and forth collaborative attentiveness, and the fact that he spoke amazing English was just even that much better. He made it so perfectly comfortable and pleasant. I know if you're like me, some of us kind of get a little nervous when you go to the doctor. They call it white coat syndrome. You know, nobody really likes going to the doctor, but he actually made it very pleasant, very comfortable. Just sitting there chatting with him and talking about what the treatment could be. And he said, "You know your body better than anyone else, so here's the options. You tell me which one you want and we'll make it happen." So like I said, I walked out of his office with all of my prescriptions. They come in these lovely little bags. And he actually even gave me his business card and said, you know, a lot of things here in Vietnam you can actually just get at a pharmacy. And so he said, if there's anything else that comes up, just text me. If you don't feel like coming into the office, you can send me a text description, you can send me a picture, and I'll just tell you what you can go pick up at the pharmacy. So he's like, you don't even have to come back in. Just here's my card, call me, text me, send me a picture. Just crazy. What an amazing experience. I left with all of my prescriptions already filled. And like I said, the total cost for seeing the doctor, urgent care visit, all of my 5 prescriptions it was just $101 US. That's for the doctor and the medications. No insurance needed, no extra running around, just in and out, easy as can be. I didn't have to call ahead, I didn't have to make an appointment, I didn't have to wait till next week, I didn't have to wait 6 months. I didn't have to wait at all. So I was given the 5 prescriptions, the eye drops, the creams, oral pills. I was given detailed instructions by a medical staff on each and every medication, one by one. And as she pulled the little things out of the bag and talked to me about them, I was given time to ask questions. Kind of like when you go to the pharmacy and they give you a new medicine and the pharmacist comes out and does like a consult. That's what it was like. She went over every medication and how it was dosed and whether I need to take it with food or, you know, things like that. Just gave me all of the instructions that I would need to know how to take the pills appropriately. So I can't say enough how incredibly polite and helpful the staff was. Like I said, they all spoke English very well, which made the whole process so much easier. I had to show my passport, so make sure that you keep your passport with you pretty much all the time. I mean, I like to carry mine with us all the time just in case, because I wouldn't have thought that maybe I needed it, or maybe I would have forgotten it, but I'm in the habit of taking it with me all the time. So just make that a habit when you're traveling, to make sure you have your passport with you. Like I said, the doctor even gave me his personal card with his phone number and said, just text me. He's like, how long are you going to be in Vietnam? Here's some tips. He educated Tyke and I on how to take care of ourselves in Vietnam, how to stay hydrated, make sure we're, using sunscreen and lotioning our skin and avoiding some of the things that are common. He was just so easy to talk to. And then, like I said, if you have any more problems, just text me. And he made us feel so comfortable, and we didn't feel like any of our questions were dumb or that we couldn't ask them. We just felt really comfortable with the doctor and the whole experience. This is just one more reason why we've fallen in love with Vietnam, not just because of the beautiful beaches and the amazing hotels and the wonderful food, but just for the kindness and the efficiency of the people here. They're such hard workers in Vietnam, but they're also very, they have a accommodating mindset. So everyone is very helpful, very courteous. So if you've ever worried about healthcare while traveling, especially in Southeast Asia, I hope that this video kind of eases your mind a little bit and lets you know that, I think $101 is probably on the expensive side for Vietnam. Probably do it a lot cheaper, especially if you just went to the pharmacy and got treated there. We have some friends that are here visiting Vietnam too that have done dental work, just crazy cheap dental work. Several cavities, the exam, everything, like $48. So it is really inexpensive to have medical attention here in Vietnam, and it's very a high level of medical treatment here as well. It's not like third world country kind of medical care. So keep your mind at ease. We also do have a health insurance made specifically for travelers, and it's called Safety Wing. I have a link in the description. We have a 0 deductible. So I just spent like 5 minutes, got online and turned in my receipts for the visit. And if everything goes well, they'll let me know like within 5 days. And as long as I've submitted everything I need to submit, I should have my reimbursement soon. And they're just gonna deposit it right into my checking account. So easy peasy. If you want to go to that Safety Wing link and you're thinking about traveling, you can get it for as little time as you want to, several years. So you just pay for it on a monthly basis, or if you're not going to be gone for a whole month, you can pay for it for like a week or two at a time as well. And it's really reasonable for Tyke and I. We're in different age brackets. They kind of split it up between what your age is, and it's $341 for both of us every month to have the health insurance. So we think it's a great option if you are traveling out of the States. We think Safety Wing is a great option if you want to use the link in the description to get your own. It will give us each a $20 referral credit. So everyone likes some free money. If you have ever had a great experience like this when you have been abroad, let us know. Put it down in the comments. We'd love to hear about everyone's travel tips or good experiences. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified about all of our videos, and don't miss out on any more early retirement travel adventures. Thanks for being here.